I'm Kirsty Johnson, and welcome to my show, Thoughts, Action, Success. There seems to be an unwritten rule that some people will succeed no matter how little they try, and that others will fail regardless of how hard they try. The truth of the matter is that we all live an existential framework where we are all presented with opportunities to pursue our purpose in life. Despite the seemingly insurmountable odds that are stacked against a considerable number of people, few people have accomplished their goal. Interestingly enough, many of the people that have achieved success don't necessarily come from a privileged background, but they have one thing in common. They are able to embrace the opportunities available to them, and through hard work, they were ultimately able to become successful. They have found a way to live purpose-driven lives. When you look at the data available on the lives of people who have found success, you will find that because of their determination to find success, they were able to form a solid support system and have a sophisticated and well-researched toolkit that they use to confront the challenges they face on their journey. People who are determined don't find success by accident. Instead, they have trained themselves always to think and troubleshoot before they undertake any projects and pursuing specific causes. Their toolkit contains many valuable resources, including resourceful people and mentors, ways to cope with uncertainty and negativity, positive visualization techniques, goal-setting strategies, and alternative courses of action that they run into roadblocks and face challenges. With this determination, you can't afford to scroll through life without having a clear understanding of your potential, goals, and personal strengths. If you want to be able to discover and understand your purpose, you have to set aside time to think about the things that make you genuinely happy. This becomes your path of passion, and the moment you discover it, you need to pursue it to the very end. One of the driving forces that have encouraged recent research into personal development and social behaviour is purpose. As more people begin to become gradually aware of who they are, they feel the need to discover more about their existence and their life's purpose. The best approach to adopt when delving into and discussing the concept of purpose is to know that purpose is and how it is different from goals. Purpose refers to a cognitive process that defines your goals in life and provides you with personal meaning. It is, in essence, a central self-organizing aim that stimulates goals, manages behavior, and gives you the reality of existence. Purpose directs your decisions and goals by guiding the use of your finite personal resources. Instead of governing your behavior, purpose offers you a direction, not dissimilar to a compass that guides a navigator. Following your purpose is purely optional, but there are significant benefits for doing so. Living in accordance with your purpose makes you a self-sustaining force and an aggressive agent in goal pursuit and goal attainment. Therefore, purpose is critical for helping us to organize our lives and develop persistence that resonates across time and context. So what's the difference between purpose and goals? Even though they are mentioned continuously together in conversational context and research, purpose and goals are not synonymous. Goals are more precise in their impact on proximal behaviours. They focus on a more specific endpoint and serve to guide our behaviour either forward or away from the endpoint. Purpose, on the other hand, is a broader component that influences behaviour and stimulates the goals. Purpose doesn't point you toward a designated outcome, but instead it motivates you to be goal-oriented. Unlike goals, which have terminal results, purpose and values merely provide you with the general direction of life. Another way to look at purpose is to view it as the goal manager. Those who have a purpose in their lives are better able to move seamlessly from goal to goal and even have the capacity to manage multiple goals at once. On the other hand, those who don't have a purpose in life may be successful in achieving a single goal, but immediately afterward they find it extremely challenging to identify their next target. Therefore, goals act as the centre point and are produced and inspired by your purpose in life. Purpose is found on a three-dimensional continuum consisting of strength, scope, and awareness. Scope refers to the extent to which your purpose affects your life. For example, a goal that influences all your actions, thoughts, and emotions is said to have a broad scope. A purpose with a narrow scope is more organized, but doesn't impact a greater range of behaviors in comparison with a purpose with a full reach. Strength, in regard to purpose, is the tendency for the purpose to influence your actions, thoughts, and emotions on the domains relevant to its scope. A definite purpose powerfully influences appropriate behavior by great power, and a broader scope will have a more pronounced effect on your life. Additionally, a strong and broad purpose brings resilience to obstacles and barriers that you may face during your journey. Awareness reflects the extent that a person is knowledgeable and can articulate their purpose. Both scope and strength strongly influence it. Consider the analogy of gravity for a moment. On Earth, the force of gravity is broader in scope but weak in its impact. As we live our lives, we don't pay attention to the gravitational forces that are keeping our feet firmly planted. However, if we were to be taken to Jupiter, which has twice as much gravitational force, our awareness of the force of gravity would increase substantially. Behaviours consist with purpose can be activated to provide motivation for action. When you are aware of a purpose, it will require you less effort to pursue it than if you were completely unaware. It isn't that unusual for someone to have multiple life purposes. However, having many purposes can only be beneficial to a certain point, after which such purpose only serves to reduce the resource allocation. For instance, if you pursue a single purpose, you might become discouraged if the challenges and obstacles you face become too substantial to surmount. On the other hand, if you have which are independent of each other, then the moment you encounter an obstacle or face a challenge in one purpose, you automatically shift your attention and focus to the other purpose. This shifting between life purposes can enhance your pursuit of purposeful living and might even increase your chances of obtaining positive results. Multiple purposes, however, may result in your constantly switching from one purpose to another, which can greatly hinder your progress. For a sensible and sustainable approach, you need a manageable number of life purposes to which you can allocate the adequate resources to and focus on so that you can reap the tangible benefits. For you to live a purposeful life, some elements are essential that you must display consistent behavior. This serves as the motivating force that will help you overcome obstacles, maintain your focus, and seek alternative means irrespective of the changing environmental conditions. People that live a purposeful life are more consistent in their behaviours in both their public and private lives. You also must be physiologically flexible. This means that in light of changing demands, obstacles, and opportunities, your purpose enables you to be more flexible. Avoiding hardships by flexibly managing your environment, both psychological and physical, you will be able to experience fewer problems compared to those who live without purpose. Finally, purpose allows you to efficiently allocate the resources available to you, including the time and energy needed to pursue your purpose. Any other wasteful actions and behaviour are kept at bay, and the resources they would have consumed are rerouted back to the purpose-oriented activities. These elements can also be considered necessary ingredients to live a purposeful life. Without them, it becomes near impossible to discover and reach your purpose in life. So what are the keys to finding your passion? Most people try to justify their failures and uncertainties in life to not having enough passion in one thing or another. This causes them to be in a continuous cycle of pursuing boring and uninteresting things. So contrary to popular belief, discovering what you love is not as challenging as it may seem. Passion is not a precious commodity that is reserved for a select few. Rather, it is a gift that everybody has been blessed with. The only thing we need to do to discover our passion is to have the right attitude. Work is supposed to be fun, so you must take the time to explore what you enjoy. Rather than viewing yourself as hopeless because you have yet to discover your passion, begin to visualize yourself being surrounded by endless possibilities. The reality is that the only limit you have to be doing what you love is your lack of imagination. To break through from this prison of uncertainty and lack of passion, some simple and straightforward keys will lead you to discover your purpose and meaning in life. So give yourself the opportunities. Giving yourself the opportunities to be passionate is often seen as ordinary and immaterial. An immaterial step for finding your passion despite its incredible significance. The reason why you aren't pursuing what you love might be because you don't believe you deserve to be passionate about what you do. However, everyone has the right to be passionate about their pursuits in life. You need to wake up excited about your life because you have every right to do so. When you permit yourself to pursue what you do passionately, you will be in a much better position to help others as well. You need to modify your mental picture if you want to resonate, accept, and love what you do. The moment you can align your identity with your passion, it will become much easier for you to find fulfillment in the things you do in life. You need to allow yourself to explore. There exists one true passion for every one of us, and everything else is not worth the effort and focus. This creates the all or nothing mindset. Unfortunately, the danger with this perspective is that it makes you miss other opportunities in your pursuit to live passionate. You have to understand that there is a spectrum of possibilities between your fulfillment and enjoyment in what you do. At one end of the spectrum is the work that you hate and can't do under every circumstance. The other end of the spectrum is the work that you love, and the mere thought of it brings you excitement and energy. Between these 2 points is a huge range of possibilities for work that bores you, works that makes you feel indifferent, work that challenges and stimulates you, and tasks that make you come alive with excitement. The best thing you can do is to move toward the direction on the spectrum that makes you come alive. As you pursue what you love, you will come across options that will lead you to your ultimate life's purpose. The more aggressive and passionately you seek that work that excites you, the more efficient you will become at filtering out everything else that tends to drain your energy and distracts you from your desired outcome. One important thing to note is that you will have to grow accustomed to liking work first before you can love it. Don't spend too much of your time and energy with an attitude that dreads work because it will blind you, deplete you, and turn you away from your passion. You need to look closely at what you're doing. The opportunity to do what we love is right in front of us. Unfortunately, we tend to think that we can't make a meaningful life out of what we do. When you change your perspective, you might find the things that you've been looking down on are actually the most fascinating and exciting. You need to question yourself. In an attempt to figure out what you are passionate about, most people fail to ask themselves the powerful questions. You need to give yourself time and let go of other activities to allow yourself to engage with your passion. Often we let other things take precedence at the expense of exploring the things that excite us. For you to exceed in finding your passion, you need to set aside quality time to figure out what makes you excited. Some of the questions that you need to ask yourself that can lead to discover your purpose and passion are: what would you do even if you won't get paid for it? Do you have any gifts or skills that you can share with the world? When in your life did you feel most creative? What comes naturally to you? What have you accomplished in the past that was successful? By asking yourself these questions, you will awaken your subconscious mind and allow you to start searching within yourself to discover your passion. You always need to test your passion. Before you take yourself down a particular path and incur expenses, You need to test your passion for establishing its credibility. You can accomplish this by taking courses online or at your local college to figure out if you have a true passion in the area that you want to specialize in. Going through this process of testing your passion will inform you whether it's real or just a fleeting fantasy with no possibility for long-term fulfillment. After you've found your passion, start living it the right way. It will pay for you to immerse yourself in a passionate and deliberate action rather than dipping your toe in forever. Setting goals is an important foundation for awakening your true purpose and finding success. This is because goals help us to concentrate our actions and energy on the end result while measuring our progress concerning the goals that we've set. However, many people acknowledge that a gap exists between setting goals and being able to develop and communicate important goals that produce sustained action while generating transformational results. It has been proven that there are clear links between motivation, performance, and goal setting. Along with imposing goals on yourself, you should also use goal setting as a tool to create a sense of direction and purpose. The environment of a goal setting is crucial because it provides the conditions necessary to be effective in all pursuits. So what's the importance of goals in living a purposeful life, you might ask? Goals reflect your purpose and point you toward the expected quality, quantity, and rate of performance. As a process, setting goals always creates discrepancies because of the gap between our current situation and the desired future state. Additionally, the process of setting goals affects our overall level of motivation, our belief system, and our capabilities. The discrepancy that is created by goal setting should be interpreted as a constructive discontent that will motivate us toward persistent and sustainable goal-related behavior. Three conditions need to be met if the process of setting goals is going to be motivating. You need to have a commitment to your part in the process. This means that you need to have a whatever it takes attitude in achieving your goals. If you have a lack of commitment, you will have a lack of motivation. You also need to set specific and unambiguous goals. This will make it easier to assess your progress and adjust accordingly. Finally, you need to have a goal-oriented behavior and happiness. The goal-oriented action is a key element in the goal-setting theory. If you don't have goal-directed action, it will be impossible for you to achieve your purpose. You also need to harness the power of setting goals. There are powerful tools that you can use to put goal setting to work. These tools take into consideration human dynamics as they help us to generate goals that will lead us to purposeful and effective behavior. The concept of self-efficacy is extremely important to setting and achieving goals. Efficiency is the belief that you hold about your ability to perform a certain task. These beliefs will affect the manner in which we set goals, as well as the choices that we make about the activities we engage in. Efficiency can also refer to the measure of how much effort we are willing to expend and the length of time we will persist in the face of challenges or failure. Setting short-term sub-goals will raise your self-efficacy compared to a situation where only long-term goals exist. Your goals should be challenging, clear, and they should consist of a target or a time frame. The level of self-confidence should be commensurate with the level of goal difficulty. When you set goals for complex tasks, you want to ensure that you include short-term goals because they provide you with immediate guidelines and incentives for better performance. Long-term goals alone can be far too removed and difficult for you to connect with. Goal setting requires subject-specific knowledge, realistic expectations, and appropriate strategies on how to accomplish the task. When you are totally committed to your goals, the relationship between your performance and the goal increases. As the goals become more difficult, the level of commitment has to be raised to inject the effort that is required to attain those goals. The two main categories of factors that are needed in enhancing your goal commitment are prioritization and self-belief. You have to believe that you will attain the goals you've set, as well as making achieving your goals a number one priority. To succeed in achieving your goals, you have to link them to the bigger picture. For goal setting to be effective, it has to be paired with the appropriate feedback. Timely feedback will provide you with the necessary information about whether your picture of reality is properly aligned with what you need to achieve your goals. When you receive ongoing feedback, it indicates that you are paying attention to the progress you're making in achieving the goals you're setting. Satisfaction in your life tends to increase when you exceed your goals. As you increase your number of successes, your overall satisfaction also grows. To incorporate satisfaction when setting your goals, you need to set challenging goals that improve your interests. This will help you discover the pleasurable activities of accomplishing your tasks. As an individual, you are directly responsible for your own life. Your behaviour is the sum of all the decisions you've made, not your conditions. You are the only person who has the initiative and the responsibility to turn your life around and make things happen. People are proactive, are conscious of their purpose, and that know that the conditions and circumstances around them are not to blame. But it's rather their own behaviour that holds them back from awakening their true purpose in life. Your behaviour is a direct product of your conscious choices that are based on your value systems. By nature, we're all proactive beings, and in the event our lives are conditioned by the circumstances around us, it is because we have made that decision consciously to empower those things to control us. The opposite of being proactive is reactive. When you are reactive, you are affected by the physical environment more than your own value system. For example, when the weather around a reactive person is good, then everything else is fine and their attitude and performance is not affected. However, once the weather changes, so does their position and performance. Proactive people are masters of their own destiny and purpose. Whether it rains or not, it makes absolutely no difference to proactive people because their value systems drive them. They will continue to produce quality work. If you want to live a purposeful life, you need to lessen your impulses to a value that is central to your existence. Even though external stimuli may influence you from time to time, your response to these stimuli should be value-based. To remain on track in pursuing your goals and life's purpose, you need to own and acknowledge that the choices you've made thus far in your life have made you into who you are today. Our basic nature is programmed to act and not be acted upon. We ultimately have the power to choose our responses to the circumstances around us. Taking the initiative has nothing to do with being aggressive, obnoxious, or pushy, but rather has everything to do with being able to recognise our personal responsibility to make things happen. Too many people stand around waiting for something to happen or for someone else to take care of their affairs. If you want to find a good job that centres around your passion, one that you will enjoy for a long time, you have to be proactive and generate creative solutions to the problems that you or your company face. You have to seize the initiative so that you can do whatever it takes to get the job done. There is a substantial difference between people who take the initiative and those who don't. Life is fair in the sense that everyone has the opportunity to steer their lives toward their purpose or destiny. However, if you don't utilise the opportunities in front of you to prevail, those around you will use them to accomplish their own purposes. Regardless of your personality, you can create a proactive culture in your life by combining your creativity and resourcefulness. You don't have any excuses to be at the mercy of the environment. Instead, you can take the initiative and accomplish your life's purpose. A great way to become more aware of your degree of proactivity is to analyse where you focus your resources. There are a lot of concerns that each of us has in our lives. In an attempt to separate the things that have no specific emotional or mental involvement, you can create a circle of concern. When you begin to examine those things in your circle of concern, it will start to become clear that there are certain things that you have no control over and others that you might be able to do something about. The things you discover that you have control over can be regrouped further into a smaller circle of influence. When you can determine your allocation to time and energy between the circle of concern and the sphere of influence, you can then discover the extent of your proactivity. Those who are proactive in their lives care about their purpose in life and focus their efforts on those things that are in their circle of influence. They only concentrate on the things that they can do something about. On the other hand, the reactive people become much more engrossed in the circle of concern. They focus more on the weaknesses of others, the problems with the environment, and the circumstances that are well beyond their control. This results in a confused and purposeless life that is based on blaming and accusing attitudes, reactive language, and increased feelings of victimization. As long as you find yourself working in the circle of concern and focusing on the things within that circle, you won't accomplish anything. However, if you can shift your focus and start working in your sphere of influence, you will create positive energy that will change you and that will influence your subsequent actions. It's really inspiring to realize that you can powerfully affect your overall situation by choosing the manner in which you respond to circumstances. When you can change a section of your chemical formula, you can alter the nature of the results. If you want to improve your situation and find your purpose in life, you need to concentrate on the things that you have control over. None of us is immortal. There will come a time when we shall leave this world. And whether you've lived a purpose or not, your time will be out with no possibility of a bonus. Living with the end in mind will help you to align your life to your purpose. You need to live your life in a way that in the end, everyone will have something positive to say about your contributions, achievements, and character. Having this perspective in life will enhance your personal understanding of your purpose and how to go about accomplishing it. So, what does it really mean to live with your life with the end in mind? It says that you have a picture, an image, or a paradigm of the end as a point of reference by which you examine everything in life. Every part of your life can be aptly observed in the context of your entire life and what really matters to you. By keeping the end in mind, you can be sure that whatever you do on any particular day will not change in any way your overall purpose. Just like a pilot beginning his journey with a destination in mind, so should your life. This means that you should know where you want to go so that you can get better understanding where you are now and the steps that you will take to move in the right direction. Often people will find themselves attaining victories that are just following. They realise that their success came at the expense of something that was far more important and valuable to them. People from every profession and all walks of life struggle to achieve a high income, more recognition, or a certain level of professional competence. However, they may not realise that their ambition to achieve these lofty goals can potentially blind them to the things that matter the most. And unfortunately, they don't understand this until it's way too late. Your true definition of success will become clear when you consider what you want to be said about you at the end of your life. In your life, if you aren't able to develop a sense of self-awareness and become responsible for your mental creations, you are empowering other people outside your circle of influence to shape your life by default. If you want to awaken your true calling, then you need to stop living the scripts that are handed to you by your family, associates, and other people's agenda. These scripts have their origins of people, not principles, and cannot lead to your purpose. So you need to write your own script. Since we already have a lot of scripts handed over to us, the process of writing your own script can be seen more as a re-scripting process. In developing your self-awareness, you can discover some ineffective scripts that are deeply embedded in you that are completely incongruent with your values. You are responsible for writing new scripts that are more effective with your deepest values and principles. You need to develop a personal mission statement. The most effective way you can integrate the end into your journey is to develop a personal mission statement. Your mission statement needs to focus on what you want to be, what you want to do, and the values upon which your character and your achievements are to be found. To write a meaningful personal statement, you have to start at the centre of your circle of influence. The centre is what consists of the lens through which you view the world. It is what enables you to deal with your values and visions and to help you mentally create the life you are meant to live. Creative visualization is instrumental in achieving your goals and accomplishing your tasks. When it comes to our internal mental creation, our brains can't differentiate between the real and the imagined. The imagery that you create in your mind has a real and tangible effect on your body. When you place your personal belief in the process of imagination, you can attain your goals and live a purposeful life. So you need to build a foundation. Just like any physical or mental process, visualization requires a foundation upon which to rest. It's important that you understand the strongest sensory qualities that your mind perceives, whether visual or auditory. If you bring to your memory the thoughts that occupied your mind before past, failed, or successful events, you'll discover that your thought pattern led you to act in a certain manner, which attracted the corresponding events and circumstances. This proves that your thoughts can create great changes with the help of visualization and imagery. So what's creative visualization? It's a mental technique that uses the power of imagination and the mind to make changes in your life and drive you towards your purpose. With creative visualization, you can shape your character, circumstances, and habits, as well as attracting the opportunities and the things that you most desire in your life. The thoughts that are repeated most will affect your subconscious mind and make things happen. The subconscious controls your desires, habits, reactions, and actions. They also attract similar circumstances. Your imagination will create mental scenarios of certain events and incidences in your life through creative visualization. The more you feed your thoughts, the stronger they get. Your imagination is your most important and powerful tool of creative visualization. Through the imagination we develop, the cars, computers, and buildings you will see today. So how do you integrate creative visualization into your life? To live a purposeful, driven life, you need to bring in visualization. Just like learning how to drive a car or play a musical instrument, visualization does require practice, patience, and persistence. If you want to experience the full benefits of visualization, you need to put in the discipline as well as the time and practice until you perfect the process. The length of time that it will take for you to start seeing results will depend on the vividness of your imagination as well as your own level of determination. Some experts suggest that you practice for 15 to 20 minutes every day. As you start to master the skill and become more comfortable with the technique, you can reduce the time to just a few minutes a day. Research indicates that for your visualization to work, it's best done in conjunction with a relaxation technique. The studies show that when your body is relaxed, your mind is also comfortable and not so much under conscious control, giving it the freedom to daydream. There are many techniques that can be used in visualization and imagery to cool the desired feeling and provide you with a direction of purpose. One of the most common methods is known as guided visualization. It involves visualizing a goal you want to achieve and then imagining yourself going through the process of achieving that goal. Since thoughts, when combined with mental images and emotions, will lead to actions and results, creative visualization can overcome the practical barriers to the attainment of your purpose. By repeating the same thoughts every day, you will program your subconscious mind to bring the visualization into reality. Another important process in purposeful living is personal management. So personal management is what helps in directing and establishing you on the right path toward your destiny. Its simplest definition is Personal management refers to the planning, organising, directing, and coordinating various aspects of your life so that you achieve your life purpose. So to effectively manage yourself, you need to possess a strong and independent will. Personal management is very much a necessary skill in today's complex world if we want to recognise our hidden potential. We need to master effective personal management principles if we're going to maximise the usage of our skills to be able to come up with solutions to the challenges that we face on a daily basis. So personal management helps you control your life and build meaningful interpersonal relationships in the pursuit of your passion and purpose. Through personal management, you can break from your confines and live a fulfilled life. So what are the 4 rules of self-management? If you want to become an effective person who knows how to manage your affairs and to take control of your life, there are 4 rules that you need to observe. These rules will act as your personal guiding system as you work toward discovering your purpose. The first thing you must do is map your life. This step will allow you to understand yourself regarding who you are, where you're coming from, and where you're going. This will provide you with an orientation of purpose and direction. Mapping out your life is the core of every success that you will achieve in your life. The second rule that you need to observe is to review your assumptions. Everyone has a belief system and a unique perspective that is used to assess ourselves. Some of the assumptions that you hold can hinder your journey to achieving your life goals and finding happiness. Reviewing the assumptions that you hold will allow you to look inside yourself and count your weaknesses and strengths. Once you've reviewed your assumptions, the third rule you need to observe is to organise yourself and your potential to achieve your desired goals. Without this self-organisation, even the skills that you possess have the potential to be easily dissolved and rendered useless. The fourth rule is to develop your abilities, which is closely linked with self-organisation. This includes the development and improvement of your imagination, introspection, and willpower, along with other skills. These will greatly enhance your capacity to express yourself. Will refers to the ability to make decisions and choices and act in accordance with them. It's a proactive approach to carrying out the program that you've developed for your life. The extent of your personal integrity measures the degree of will development in your life. The higher the level of your integrity, the more independent your will. Integrity is simply your ability to make commitments and follow through with them. So effective personal management requires that you prioritise things in your life. As a self-manager, you discipline to organise the various aspects of your life should come from within you. You must be a discipline of your own value system. Being independent will give you the power to do something even when you don't want to, as long as it's in line with your underlying plan. So to develop your will, you must start by setting up and achieving small resolutions. This can give you the momentum and the zeal to move on and take on more substantial assignments. You can boost your willpower through clarity of purpose, the priority of purpose, good planning, and determination. Another really essential personal management skill is your ability to manage your time. Time management skills help you to organise and execute your tasks based on your priorities. Each of us has the same number of hours, and how we use them determines the extent of our success or our failure. To manage the time that you have, you need to prioritise and discipline yourself. Whenever the tasks overwhelm you, you should learn to effectively delegate to reliable and capable people. This will give you more time to focus on your remaining tasks. So let's now look at ways that we can overcome negativity. We are always going to encounter this. So our ability to move through challenges and difficulties and still maintain hope, wellness of mind, and positive coping methods, it's all known as resilience. People who possess resilience can keep their focus and emerge stronger after going through difficult situations. As you move towards your purpose, you will realise that you will face many challenges that will require you to have self-confidence and new coping skills to make it through to the other side. Resilience can help you overcome any negative element that tries to take you off course. Individuals who are resilient usually display certain personality characteristics that influence the way they view the problems and how they solve them. Resilience is affected by some of the following personal qualities. Optimism. When you believe that things will get better and that the current difficulties and challenges that you are currently facing will be solved, means that you have optimism. Independence. This refers to your ability to make decisions in your life and order your own actions without having to rely on other people to tell you what to do. Control and responsibility. This is all about calmness and inner peace that comes when you believe that you can do something to change the unfortunate circumstances that you may have found yourself in from time to time. For you to learn to overcome negativity, you must learn how to train yourself to think positively. Even when you're going through a difficult and stressful situation, you have the innate ability to change your negative thoughts into more positive ones and find the humor in things, even when everything seems to be going totally wrong. While the past may have been bad and your present situation might not be the greatest, this doesn't mean your future opportunities are going to be jeopardized unless, however, you allow the situation to do so. It's up to you. Your purpose in life may not be on a straight path that is lined with cupcakes and rainbows, and that is why you have to push away the bad times actively and set your eyes on the final goal. So how do you develop personal resilience, you might ask? So in order for you to overcome those challenges in your life, you have to take the deliberate steps to enhance your resilience levels. The first thing that you can do is to start to incorporate positive affirmations into your daily life. Words are extremely powerful. Whatever you speak has the potential to become a reality. When you talk positively about your life, you will be amazed at how quickly it turns around for the better. Life isn't always going to give you easy options out. You have to strive and make it a purpose irrespective of the surrounding circumstances. When you can increase your determination to go against all the odds, you will build your resilience reservoirs. When you can learn to establish cultural bridges and enhance your communication skills, you will be able to express yourself better and get the help you need when faced with those difficult situations as they come along. When it comes to some of the challenges that you meet, you will find that you need someone to listen to you and a shoulder to lean on. With better communication, you will find it easy to seek that advice when facing a crisis concerning your purpose. The process of decision making is an integral process of your everyday life. When you face challenges and problems, your ability to conduct yourself with an open mind can help you to get through your problems regardless of their difficulty. These skills will help you to maneuver and maintain focus on your ultimate goals and life's purpose. So how does the brain and resilience work together? Modern science helped us to learn about the biological processes of the brain and how it affects our reasoning, determination, and ability to pull through difficult situations. Some parts of the brain produce chemicals that boost our happiness levels, while others bring about anxiety and fear. To be mentally, physically, and behaviorally healthy, even in stressful situations, we need to change our perspectives and thought patterns. By speaking to your subconscious, you can awaken your potential to stand firm and display resilience, even in those difficult times. By thinking positively on what you are currently doing, you will find satisfaction, happiness, and a reason to continue moving forward. So how can you leverage a coach for your own personal development? The coaching is a capacity building tool that is very common in leadership development. It's been used around the world in different capacities depending on the existing need. Likewise, in personal development, coaching has a tremendous impact on developing personal capabilities and increasing potentials. Through coaching, you can develop your skills, improve your performance, maximize your potential, and actively become the person that you want to be. Coaching will take you through a physiological process that involves an exchange of practical help and guidance from the coach to you as the client. This develops your personality and aligns you with your purpose. But for coaching to have an impact, it needs to involve focused discussions which are steered by specific and agreed upon goals. So let me just share with you the top ingredients of a good and quality coaching process. A learning agreement. This agreement is really important in order to clarify the expectations and objectives that need to be obtained throughout the coaching process. You need to have purposeful conversations with your coach. These need to be structured, constructive and meaningful conversations to enable you to open up to your coach and discuss your personal beliefs and practices. This will then give the coach an opportunity to make necessary changes and amendments to your benefit. It needs to be personalised. Coaching needs to be empowering. A good coach should take into account the emotional, intellectual, and relational dimensions. The coach should be dedicated to building upon your capabilities and strengths to better enhance your development. There always needs to be trust. A trusting relationship is necessary for it to have any impact between you and your coach. Coaches need to create a safe environment where you feel free to engage with them, even in a matter of private issues. Flexibility in the approach. Depending on your individual situation, your coaching should be able to adapt and address the challenges that you're facing. So what's the overall impact of coaching? The benefits that coaching provides is mostly long-term and purpose-oriented. Coaching will make you feel more confident and enhance your self-belief. It will also help to inspire and motivate you to engage in your activities with passion. In specific circumstances, coaching will lead to more self-awareness and make you understand the contributions that you make to society. Additionally, coaching develops problem-solving, thinking, and people skills that are crucial for helping you complete your everyday tasks. Therefore, coaching can help you improve your work performance, change your attitude, and find happiness in everything that you do. So to recap what I have covered in this episode of Thoughts, Action, Success. Success in your quest to awaken your true calling. You need to focus on the fundamental components that motivate you. This will allow you to avoid wasting time on something that is not in sync with your potential. It is disastrous to spend your time chasing after the wrong goals, whether in your personal life, career, or even in your business. Instead, you need to find some quality time and ask yourself some soul-searching questions. You need to find out whether you're currently happy in your own life and think about what you can do to improve it. Start to take care of unfinished business and find things that you are passionate about. Reflect on your life as much as possible and continue to recalibrate things when you need to. It isn't a must for you to reach adulthood before you can discover your life's purpose. Learn to take the time to think about your choices whenever you can. It's really important that you find what you really are passionate about, because focusing your time and energy on the wrong thing, it can really cause you to become unmotivated and disappointed with your life. And remember that sometimes the light that you need to shine on your path is right inside of you. In the next episode of Thoughts, Action, and Success, we'll look at, are you underconfident and shy? Do you feel tongue-tied while interacting with your boss? Does setting professional and personal goals feel like a massive Herculean effort? You might as well climb Mount Everest. If any of that resonates with you, then come on over and join me in the next episode of Thoughts, Action, and Success as I share with you how you can take control of your life with coaching and motivation for a happy, successful life. You have nothing to lose, only an opportunity to change your life forever. As always, I'm super excited to share this with you and everything I've discovered on my journey. In the meantime, I would love to share with you the opportunity for a free, no obligation 20-minute discovery call to have a chat about coaching and how it changed my life and how it could work for you. All my contact details are available on my Facebook page or on my website, kirstyjohnson.com. Alternatively, join me in the Thoughts, Action, Success Facebook group for exclusive access to further interaction from this and previous episodes. In the meantime, have a fantastic rest of the weekend, and we will talk again soon.